guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I've been meaning to do this video for the longest time since I started this channel, and the reason I wanted to do this video is because I wanted you guys to understand why sometimes I might be mentioning my baby's name Jeremy, and why I want to talk about infant loss on my channel. So I wanted you guys to get the breakdown of how it came to be, how I was pregnant, and then I had my baby, but he passed on at 6 months old. So I wanted you guys to understand, and to understand from the start, and not just give you the sad moments. And I hope by doing this series, this is a part one, I hope by doing this series you guys will get to understand why I talk about infant loss. So it all began back in 2016. I moved with my then boyfriend, who is now my husband, and we stayed for like a couple of 2 months, and by the third month I was pregnant and I did not even know it, and a lot happened, and I had even left his house and went back to my place. Unknowingly, the hormones were on me, and I was really having bad mood swings and everything, so I just moved out again. And I actually didn't know, because even the house that I moved back into, I was really feeling like I had a strong sense of smell, and I thought it's the house that I moved back in, but I didn't know that I was pregnant already by then. So I stayed for a couple of weeks, and then we got back together and I came back to his house. And yeah, after some time, that's when he noticed that my boobs were starting to act up because of the pregnancy hormones. And I was just brushing it off, because I really had been taking tests and they were all coming out negative. And by the day I decided to do one test, it was in the morning. I did the test and left it in the bathroom because I didn't expect anything, because I have irregular periods. So I didn't even think that actually I might be pregnant, and I should look at the test. So after I had breakfast, I went to look at the strip, the urine pregnancy test. That's the one that I took. It was on 11th April 2016. So I went back, and to my shock, I got two lines, two big fat lines, showing that seriously I was pregnant. The first person that I called was my friend Grace, and I told her like, what new what, I took the test and I have two lines on my test. And so she was like, oh, I'm happy for you, because she had really been asking me to have a baby by then. And she even told me that that year, 2016, that was my year too. I would have a baby, and shockingly, I did. So I told her, and then I called my boyfriend and I told him, and yeah, we were happy for the news, because maybe, I don't know, somehow both of us wanted to have kids. And yeah, we were really happy to find out that it was we having a little one of the way. So we, after some time, we went to the hospital. They did the test and everything they're supposed to have when you go for the first checkup, to confirm whether you're really pregnant. And yes, I was. And yeah, that's how I got pregnant with Jeremy. So I started my clinic, going to the hospital and all, checking my baby, how he's doing, taking my supplements all the time as required. And my baby was really growing fast. He was growing big at a faster rate. And even the doctors were asking me what I'm eating, because he was really big. So we stayed for a couple of months. My friend had a ceremony, and we happened to go there and had to come back at night. I think I was 5 months pregnant, and when on our way back home, we fell the Buddha that we were using to come back home, we had an accident and I fell down, but luckily I sat on my boyfriend, so no much damage was done. But I had to go to the hospital the next morning immediately to check whether my baby was fine, and the doctor assured us that he was fine and he was okay, that nothing was wrong. So yes, that was a relief. So after that, we stayed for a while. We moved to a new house, and my EDD was on 22nd December. And that's actually the night, 21st December, I had, that was the onset of my labor pains. But I actually went to the hospital in the morning, and I stayed there during the day, the whole day, and even at night, and I wasn't opening up as I'm supposed to, because on going to the hospital, I was 3 centimeters in the morning, and even by evening, I think I was around 6 centimeters. And at night, the a doctor came and checked me and just and told me that I'll be having a CS because I'm not opening up as I'm supposed to, and I wouldn't be able to give birth normally. So yeah, I had to get a CS even though it wasn't my plan, and all that mattered was my baby would be okay and I would be okay, and we got home. So I had my boy, and he was 3.35, I think 3.35 or 3.34 kgs. And after having him, after when I woke up after the CS, I was shaking, I was feeling cold, so I couldn't hold him. They took him, my boyfriend was the one who went there where he was getting dressed and all, because I was really cold and I couldn't hold him. I think in the wee hours in the morning, around 3 or 4, that's when I was able to see him, and he was the cutest little boy you can imagine. He was so tiny, but he was okay and he was healthy, and he really had a lot of hair. Now I understood why I was having all the headbands. So clearly he got it from his dad, because that was not for me, and he was quite brown, something that shook me, because I had gotten really bad pigmentation. It's even now it's just starting to go away. I had bad pigmentation, skin pigmentation, my armpits, on my skin, on my neck. Yeah, it was terrible. So after that, we are supposed to go home 2 days after his birth, but on the second day he had temperature problems, and the doctor said you have to stay for until the next day to check whether he would have stabilized, so that we can go home. And yeah, he was okay, and then we decided to go home the next day. And of course I was given the meds for me for my C-section and everything else that I required, and we came home. So that was December, and that was the first Christmas with my boy, and he was so sweet. He was a very calm boy. He wasn't disturbing me at all, and he wasn't even crying like most of the time. He was just a calm boy, and just all he needed was to breastfeed, and after that he would just sleep or just stay or just play around with his hands and his feet, and I really had a good time with him. So yeah, I wanted to explain to you guys how all this started. I didn't just want to start from his death or how it happened, and yeah, now I think you have a little background on what or how he came to be, or how he came to be born. And yeah, I didn't want to make this video long, so the next part I'll explain to you guys how the sickness started or how the diagnosis happened. And I hope you guys, or if you're a mom, if you're a morning mom like me, I hope you get encouraged with my experience and what I will cover on this journey. And I just want to tell you that whatever happens in your life, that everything happens for a reason, and after some time you will really get to see why it happened, or you just come to understand that this is life and such things are meant to happen, because one day we are all going to go back to our creator. And it's unfortunate that we usually don't, um, like, it's hard for us to accept that, but it must happen. It's just that some of us will live earlier than us, and it's okay. It's hard to accept, but sometimes you have to embrace your journey and just continue with life, because you are here, you're still living, and you have a purpose to fulfill before you to live. So please, if yeah, the next part I'll be covering it in the next video. So if you're morning mom or you'd like to work with me in this journey, please subscribe to my channel, hit the red button, so that you will get to understand why I have this channel and why I do what I do, to just keep myself happy, keep myself inspired, and to love life again after infant loss. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.